Well, hey everyone, it's me, Eric Kimball, out here again in my garden on this beautiful quiet morning. I love quiet mornings. And it's going to be a hot day. I can feel it. It's going to be hot. So I'm out here. Yesterday I planted these 5 tomato plants. That's a new variety. I started the seeds myself, and it's like Aunt Mary or something like that. Aunt Mary. Yeah, that's what I think it is. The Aunt Mary tomato. And I'm going to grow them up. They are indeterminates, and I'm going to grow them up on this trellis span that I made. This trellis span has been here for many years, and I've grown peas and beans, and this year we got some tomatoes. So I got an idea, or I had an idea last fall that I thought would be a good idea, and it's not a complicated idea, and it has been a good idea, and it's right here, right next to me. Real simple. I took garbage bags and I put partially shredded leaves, partially shredded with my lawnmower, raked them up. I used them in my mini bed garden, but I had such an abundance that I figured, well, I'm just going to stuff them in these plastic bags. And I had like 6 or 8 of them, and I put them off over on the side of my garden, and they just sat there all winter. And I opened them up. Yesterday, I started using them in my mini beds, my mini bed garden over here, and I just was delighted with what I had in these bags, what I had saved. And so I'm going to close up real quick here and just show you how nice these leaves are. So these are just cheap garbage bags that I use in my office, in my garbage cans. And they held up through the winter. And there's the partially shredded leaves, and the smell is so nice. These leaves smell so nice. So I'm going to put them around my tomatoes, and then to hold the leaves in place, I'm going to use the rye straw that I cut off of some of my mini beds in my previous video. So there you go. That's the put the leaves in the bag in the fall, pull them out in the spring, and use them as mulch idea. I want to make it clear that my objective here with growing the rye and using the leaves is to avoid any mulch inputs into my garden. Because years ago, I used some straw. It had herbicide residue in it, and it really messed up my tomatoes. And once you have that happen to you, well, then you start thinking, gee whiz, I don't ever want to do that again. And leaves, and for me at least, leaves and rye straw. But there's one other thing that I like to sort of mulch with, but it's not really a mulch, it's more of a fertilizer, and that is to use comfrey leaves, wilted comfrey leaves. My comfrey was about this tall. Yesterday I cut it all down, let it wilt in the sun, and I have other tomato plantings here, and I put the comfrey on the ground before I put the straw and leaves. So that comfrey will break down. It breaks down pretty quickly, and it adds good fertilizer to the soil. Perfect for tomatoes and potatoes. They're both in the same family. Comfrey and tomatoes, they were made for each other, I think. So, but I ran out of comfrey, so I won't be using that here. Need to grow more comfrey. But this is about leaves. Wonderful leaves, and they smell so good. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.